Hey guys. Good morning guys, I'm Mr. Hobby and welcome to another one of my new videos. And what a video! Today I'm bringing to my channel this fantastic helicopter by Flywing RC. One of their latest releases, the AS350, the Squirrel, right here on Mr. Hobby's table. Are you curious to see it up close? I certainly am. Let's go! But first I want to show you how it'll arrive at your home after you order it. In its box that doubles as a protective carrying case. In fact, when we go to open the box, we'll notice a whole lot of foam padding. A first layer. Look at that. The journey will be safe thanks to its transport box. And not only that, even when we go out to fly, we won't have any problems during transport because it'll always stay well protected. Now let's move on to the unboxing. As soon as we open the box, we can see this card with a QR code. Then we have the fabulous Flywing stickers, the instruction manual for the AS350. Incredible. And then a quick start guide for the helicopter. Here's the helicopter, well protected in its foam padding, as I was saying. We also have the various fasteners. The helicopter, which we'll now see in all its detail. Inside the box, you will find the LiPo battery, the radio control unit, and the dedicated battery charger. Additionally, there is another Flywing Velcro strap included for your convenience, a standard USB to USB-C cable, the specific power cable required for the battery charger, and finally, a complete set of tools for any necessary disassembly and reassembly tasks should the need arise. Last but not least, the 3 blades, because this rotor has 3 blades, so it's a tri-blade. There, I've taken out all the contents that were inside the box. So we have a computerized 10-channel FlySky radio equipped with a touchscreen display. It's 4S LiPo battery of 5,000 milliampere hours, and I have to say, guys, it's excellent. I've been flying my other helicopter with it every day for about a month, never a problem. It's LiPo charger for 4S, which allows for both fast charging and putting the battery into storage mode so you can store it for a few more days before using it again. An extra disc for the 3-blade rotor head. The cables, so USB to USB-C for programming via the app on the store, the official Flywing RC site, which will allow us to increase functionality or modify the various parameters present. But I'll remind you that this helicopter arrives ready to use, ready to fly. So we don't have to do anything else but insert the batteries and go fly. The cable for the battery charger, the other Flywing RC strap to better secure the battery. This time 2 of them came out. You will find all the necessary tools to assemble and disassemble this fantastic helicopter. And last but not least, we have included this truly fantastic and highly detailed reproduction for you to enjoy. Look, it's full of details. Then you should know that Flywing RC helicopters are quite unique. The fuselages are actually crafted by hand, so they really are true works of art. You get a crazy, vibrant paint job. And when you look at all the fine details, you can see the real craftsmanship. Nothing is left behind. Now I want to show you how to easily install the 3 blades. Plug and play. Practically with just 1 click, guys. Spectacular Flywing RC system. Look, the blade goes in. Click. Installed. And the same for the other 2. We don't have to tighten anything and we're already ready to go fly. Look, this system is truly spectacular. The blades are heavily reinforced and fiber loaded, making them incredibly durable for any task. They feature a specialized flat convex airfoil design which guarantees us excellent lift during flight, and they are truly engineered to absolute perfection. Plus, they are incredibly well balanced. specifically designed so as not to generate any strange or unwanted vibrations on the helicopter frame. Also, to make the startup process even easier for when we are ready to fly, the canopy is conveniently released by a simple clip mechanism that you just pull like this. And there you go. Now we can install the battery, close the canopy again with a click, and we can go fly. But now let's look at it up close. The fuselage, as I was saying, was made by hand. It's a handcrafted product made of fiberglass with carbon roving reinforcements and an internal structure made of poplar plywood. Look at all this detail, which represents a scale model of the AS350, the real one, the rescue or firefighting helicopter. We often see it when it picks up water using a bucket underneath and then drops it on the various fires that occur in nature. But look at this finish. An amazing paint job, endless details, the riveting on the fuselage reproduced, the door lines all faithfully reproduced, and this well-made canopy with its perfect windows. It's spectacular, guys. Last but not least, the landing gear. Let's move on to examine its interior. As I was saying, the load-bearing structure inside this fiberglass fuselage is made of high-quality poplar plywood. Then we have the mechanical part, which is a carbon frame that supports all the various elements. First of all, I want to highlight the construction of this main rotor made by CNC with the most modern programming systems. Let's look at it even closer. Swash plate also in aluminum. These linkages are basically fixed. They don't need to be calibrated, and so we'll never have an uncalibrated rotor in this sense here. This is a truly useful and practical factor for beginners who basically love to fly their RC helicopter more often. It comes fully equipped with two powerful high-performance brushless motors, one dedicated to the main rotor and the other specifically for the tail rotor. This dual motor setup will always provide us with the precise, reliable power we need to confidently fly this beautiful helicopter in a variety of different conditions. Furthermore, we can notice an extra feature that Flywing gives us on this type of vehicle, namely the main gear with helical teeth, which is better than those made in the traditional way. The all-in-one ESC that powers both the main and tail motors at 65 amps with an excellent aluminum case that serves to cool the heat generated by the output stages. There we go. And last but not least, a fantastic H1 scale version flight controller with integrated GPS, which is based on the H2, the top level of their flight controllers, which will give us a lot of reliability when we take our helicopter into flight. In addition to the zip ties, we have some Velcro installed on the battery and on the base plate in the helicopter. There are two ties because basically one is too short, and so another one must be added to cover the entire circumference to be wrapped. Look at that perfection, guys. Also equipped with LED lights coming directly from its flight controller, which is provided with a status LED light plus 3 others, 2 on the front part of the fuselage and a strobe light directly under the tail. It's already all assembled RTF, ready to fly, ready for flight, guys. As I mentioned, you need to install all 3 blades until they click into place. Next, install the batteries in both the helicopter and the radio controller, which requires 4 AA batteries. Once that is done, we are finally ready to soar into flight. Or rather, to fly our RC helicopter from Flywing. Now let's install the batteries in the radio control. There we go. It turns on by holding down the 2 power buttons on it. All the levers up, then position this one here in GPS mode. Now that we've turned on the radio, we can connect the XT60 connector of the battery to the ESC connector and let it go through the whole finalization procedure. At this point, after of course we have placed the helicopter on a perfect level surface, we have to wait for it to pick up the satellite signals. Once the green LED stays solid, we will be ready to take off the helicopter in total peace of mind.
I'm ready to get it off the ground. Check out this cool Flywing mat. You can always find it on their store. I highly recommend it. It's really well made. But now let's test this fantastic helicopter, a new release from Flywing RC. Solid green LED. I'm ready, guys. You already know how this radio works if you followed my previous videos. Touchscreen, but for now, we need to know the functionality of these switches. To be able to arm the helicopter, you need to move the sticks like this. They make a clicking sound, and then you have to flip this switch to run to activate the rotors. The test flight, guys, the test flight. It is always such a truly memorable and exciting moment for all of our RCs. Once the rotor system finally reaches 65% power, we can then carefully push up with the collective stick, which is essentially the throttle control for the aircraft, to begin our ascent. Guys, I completely forgot to switch the throttle setting over from mode 2 to mode 1. So I had to go back and restart the entire procedure from the very beginning to make sure it was right. So disconnect the power connector from the helicopter, set it to mode 1, then turn the remote control off and back on. Now, I repeat myself once again. I really want to make sure this is clear. Okay, I'm installing the canopy. And I'm waiting for the LED to turn green again. GPS mode. LED is solid green again. Motor arming procedure. Contact. And now it is finally time that we really have to put this to the test, guys. In this mode, mode 1, I have the throttle on the right. GPS mode should hold the hover on its own. Take off. I've taken off, guys. We are conducting the test flight here at Mr. Hobby, and we have prepared this special demonstration just for you. Just look at that absolutely perfect hovering. It is brand new. I honestly didn't make any adjustments or settings at all. It just arrived, and I flew it right here in front of you. It is really quite impressive. A spectacular livery, guys. It is a truly spectacular livery. How beautiful. On the other side, the LED is flashing red, but that's normal because on one side it's red and on the other it's green, and under the tail it's strobe. I can't tell you guys how it looks at sunset. It's something spectacular. I also want to point out the details of this fuselage under the belly. Just look at that absolute beauty, guys. Seriously, just take a moment and look at that incredible beauty. You can expect a total flight time of roughly 16 to 17 minutes. This estimate does not account for the maximum battery discharge rate, assuming you are starting with a fully charged battery, which of course is the only way you should ever start your flight. but the helicopter will warn us if the battery runs low. What a sight, honestly, what a sight, guys. I am actually taking my little squirrel out for a walk today. Can you believe it? It is just such an incredible and unusual thing to see. Look, let's go for a walk, guys. Come here into the Valley of Tranquility. So, we said that this is used to activate the rotor motion. Please make sure you never set it to stop while you are in flight. Only in case of an emergency, but not while flying. Anyway, you get the idea. We have this other lever that indicates soft, normal, and sport, which accentuates the helicopter's angle of attack more, making it more responsive. So if we set it to normal, it will go faster, but even faster if we set it to sport. Then we have this other lever that will allow us to return home. The RTH, return to home. We are now in GPS mode, meaning the helicopter is actively assisted by GPS technology. By communicating with satellites, it makes flying much easier for us. Because the system is self-stabilizing, it constantly corrects its position, allowing the aircraft to maintain a perfectly steady and reliable hover. Then we have the ATT function, which disengages the GPS 1 second. I'll put it back in GPS. And we will have a greater angle of attack, so the helicopter will be much more responsive, double compared to when we are in GPS. And I guarantee you that even though it is self-stabilizing, in ATT mode it will become truly super fun, even for experienced pilots. But honestly, it is really fun to fly, guys. Then we have this other C-turn lever here, which is a great feature that will allow us to control the helicopter, which is already equipped with a barometer, using just one single stick. In my specific case, I am using mode 1, with which, by carefully using both pitch and yaw inputs, I will be able to fly the aircraft in a very traditional and intuitive way, just like you would expect from a standard setup. The system will take full independent care of the pitch and roll axes, as well as the ailerons, all completely automatically. I am going to conduct this initial test flight very softly and carefully, just so I can fully understand if anything is starting to come loose, or if there are any vibrations, in case something was screwed on a bit poorly during the assembly process. But it's just a precaution because I've been flying the other helicopter for about a month and it's always fine. It's a way of doing things where, during the test flight, we basically take all the necessary precautions. I'm putting it in smooth mode or soft. How smooth it is, guys. And I'm starting to gain a little more altitude. I'm performing the test flight, a new Flywing RC product. This fantastic reproduction, I remind you, with the fuselage professionally handmade in fiberglass with carbon reinforcement and many details. Look at how perfect the hovering is. When we're in flight, it looks real. Okay? The first few minutes of the test flight went well, and at this point, I'm preparing to perform a flight, still in soft mode, but further away from me. How beautiful, guys, how beautiful. This model is officially approved by Mr. Hobby, and I really think everyone should have one in their collection if you are a fan of helicopters. And just look at it. What a truly fantastic helicopter this is. When it's in flight, it's fantastic, but also when it's on the ground. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and prepare for landing right now. The initial test flight has been successfully completed and everything looks great. Now I'm going to immediately put the battery on charge so we can get ready to perform the standard flight, the one we all really like, the fast one, the quick one, guys. Let's get this done and get back in the air as soon as possible. Let's go. Everything is now perfectly aligned and ready for the final landing sequence on its specialized fly-wing takeoff pad. And in just a few short moments from now, this highly anticipated test flight will be officially and successfully brought to a close. Look how easily, guys, I am carefully preparing to gently touch down right on the H landing pad. It is all about precision here. At this exact moment, I am going to calmly flip the switch that completely cuts the power and stops the motors, ensuring a smooth and controlled landing sequence from start to finish. It looks real. Too cool. Okay, I'm recharging the battery right away, and now we'll test it at speed. Let's go. Hey guys, I'm back this afternoon to perform the second flight, the one where I'll show you the various functions of this helicopter when it's in flight. Solid green LED indicating it's ready for takeoff. It has locked onto all available satellites, and at this point, we take off, just like we did before. The LED starts flashing after the blades click, and I go to run with this lever. Take off. I am giving it pitch input using the throttle stick, which in this specific case is mode 1, using the right stick. It is maintaining a perfect steady hover for my Flywing RC Squirrel helicopter, which is really impressive to watch in the air. What a sight, guys. Look how beautiful it is. Okay, enough talk, let's fly. Right now, I am in soft GPS mode. What is its angle of attack? Let's test it right away. I push the stick all the way forward. Here it is. I let go of the controls, it stabilizes itself, I come back, and it's very smooth. It couldn't have been otherwise. You will use this function if you are a beginner. Naturally, if you want any advice, write it to me here in the comments and I will answer you, if possible. Okay, let's go ahead and head towards the flight area and make sure we're in soft mode. I remind you that we have a flight time of about 17 minutes, and then we have a bit of energy left in the battery to be able to perform an autonomous landing. It's the, let's say, safe way.
Normal mode.
Let's look at the angle of attack. It's definitely more. Here it is. What can I say? It's just too beautiful. You are currently using the sport mode while in GPS mode. Full stick. And now it's starting to get really fun because it runs faster even though we are in GPS. But then when we are in ATT mode, the difference will be even greater. Okay, let's go back to soft and switch to ATT. In this case, it won't hold the hover on its own anymore, but the model, or rather the helicopter, will drift with the wind. So it requires a bit of our own manual input during piloting. ATT mode. There, now it's drifting slightly that way because there's a light breeze. Softly now, let's take a closer look at the angle of attack. And you'll notice it's actually quite comparable to a standard normal mode when utilizing GPS navigation. Please don't worry about it too much right now. This is a sophisticated feature that is really best reserved for when you've gained a bit more experience and confidence in your flying. For the time being, let's just go ahead and put it back into normal mode. And it's starting to be a lot of fun. Now it flies like a real helicopter. Look at how it runs. That is incredible. And now we are going to move on and try out the maximum control throw to see how the system performs under these specific conditions. In other words, sport mode in ATT. Sport mode, guys, full stick, and this is where I get scared. Full mode, a little more, and it would have gone into L. In full stick, guys, what did I say? In full, maximum angle of attack. And now it's a lot of fun. This is a function that you must use exclusively when you have acquired very good mastery of your radio-controlled aircraft. Last but not least, we are ready to move on. So let's go ahead and try out the single-stick piloting function, which is designed to make your flight experience much more intuitive. I engaged return to home, guys. What did I do? The excitement got the better of me. Okay? I will test this function in GPS mode, but it can also be done in ATT mode. C-turn. Now we can pilot using only this stick because it has a barometer, but look at how steady it is. I'm switching to normal to decrease the angle of attack and starting to pilot using only the left stick. In this case, because my radio is in mode 1, look, it rolls on its own and maintains altitude on its own. Well, it would maintain it anyway because it's equipped with a barometer. The cool thing is that it's rolling on its own. I'm not touching it. Look, using the C-turn function. This is so cool, guys. Okay. Let's turn off C-turn and try a return to home in full autonomy. Let's lower the altitude. Okay. Return to home. You can clearly see the purple LED indicator on the model, and all 3 lights are glowing purple. The system is now actively performing the automated return to home sequence. Even in this specific condition, we still maintain full capability to manually adjust the descent path or completely abort the maneuver if necessary. So here it is, guys. Check it out. It's returning home on its own. I'm not doing anything. I'm not even adjusting it, guys. Look, it positioned itself with the nose facing the same way it started. Don't tell me it's going to hit the H. I can't believe it. I'm the only YouTuber doing this live. No, I won, guys. What? I don't know. I managed to land automatically with the return to home on the H. I missed by 20 centimeters. Or rather, it missed by 20 centimeters. But did you see the precision? I'm still standing right here on the disc, specifically on the takeoff and landing pad. Honestly, guys, I have to say that I can only fully approve of this impressive new model from Flywing RC. So, it really is quite something. If you go down to the video description or the first comment, you'll also find the link where I got it, and if possible, a nice discount coupon from Mr. Hobby. And what can I say? I like it a ton. Approved!